What is up? Welcome into the Early Edge, powered by the almighty SportsLine. I'm your host, Alan Bell, and we have a great show lined up for you this Saturday. Welcome to the Elite Eight. We have arrived. A nice two-day stretch here where we've got 2 games today, 2 games tomorrow, plus the women's tournament and so much more. Before we get started looking ahead, let's take a look at how we did yesterday. And you know what? Hey, profitable day, some X's, a lot of green. M squared coming through again. Our man is on fire. Look, Jay Smooth as well. Miami, Providence, Purdue. That one was tough. What a wild game and what a great win for St. Peter's. It doesn't, help when you go scoreless for 9 minutes in the second half, but it is what it is. But a nice day. We're going to look ahead and go to it. But first, let's take a look here at our bracket. John Beerbaum ahead in first place solely. And look, we have now reached the prize section of our bracket. So we will put that out after the show, and we will pay out all of our prizes once the tournament ends next weekend, and we will have the full list of everybody that has won. But if your name is on that list right there, you are sitting pretty for where we're at. All right, let's bring in the stars of the show. Gentlemen, look at Sharp today. M squared. How we doing, my man?
Good morning. Good. I almost called you coach. That was I caught myself.
It's a habit, right?
It is an absolute habit, but good morning. Love the Saturday crew here. Wish the golf hadn't started so early. Wish I could have shared some pics with you guys this morning, but potentially on social media this afternoon for the next round.
Well, I'll tell you what, what we need to do is add more to M Squared's plate. So we're going to have him do like a live golf show at 5:30 in the morning, right? Just you. Yeah. Just let it rip. It just let you not sleep ever. That's what we're going to do. Just make you work 24 hours a day. Micah Roberts, how we doing, my man? Pool looks good as always back there.
Thank you. We're doing great. Ready to go this fantastic voyage today. Final 4, 2 guys going to go. Pretty pumped. I'm a little disappointed it's starting so late, but come on. We're ready to go.
I know. I'm with you. Like, I hate how Thursday and Friday in the Sweet 16, you have 4 games Thursday, 4 games Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday you only have 2. Like, I wish you could, reverse them. It's impossible, I know. But it would just work out so much better if we could have time, all day and tomorrow to watch games. Calvin. Looking sharp as always, my guy. How we doing?
How's it going, Alan? How's it going, fellas? Good to be with you guys again. Anyone who's, doesn't want to wait around for the men's tournament, wait all day tonight. The women's tournament starts in about an hour and a half. They space theirs out 4 games all day, quadruple header. So we are going to have hoops all day today.
Nice. Shout out to the women's tournament, right? It's important to space these things out. Whoever's in charge of the timing, yeah, you got to do a great job, and they certainly are. Jay Smooth, New York City. Every time I see you, we're adding one more piece to the new place. We got the couch in yesterday. What's the move schedule? What's the basketball schedule? How we doing?
All right. I got you. The move schedule is we got 1,000,001 boxes to unpack right now. There is a lot going on behind the camera, so that's why we got the wall today. But as for the college basketball schedule, man, it is just the best time of the year. I know people are unhappy. Yeah, 48 games in the 4 days last weekend, only 12 this weekend. It's very different, but you want to know what? These are great games. We have really, really great matchups tonight. You don't want to be flipping around. You don't want to miss a single minute. These are the best games of the year.
Yeah, that's true. And I can't imagine this previous Monday when everyone went back to work after watching 48 games straight of basketball. Productivity had to be at 0, right? No one was getting anything done, us included at work, right? You're just groggy. You watch so much. So, yeah, I always find that funny. All right, let's get into the storylines that affect the betting lines for today. M Squared, coming over to you. You've got a nugget here on unders in the Sweet 16 as well as Miami, Kansas. Talk to us.
Yeah, unders in the Sweet 16, 7-1, 8-0 in the first half unders. Only one game going over was the Duke game. Looking ahead to the Elite Eight here, we've already seen some pretty big line movement towards the under on some of these games. The Kansas-Miami game opened 151.5 last night immediately after that game. This morning, it's been bet down to 147, and it's still falling. This is interesting because I think it opens up some opportunity for an over on one particular game because of what we've seen with the strong under trend. I also think that the under isn't quite as strong in the second game here back-to-back, where we're basically playing. This is the NBA's version of a back-to-back by playing in this situation. I liked the unders more when the teams had more time to prepare for the matchups.
Yeah, that's a massive drop, going from last night to this morning. I mean, that's a big, big drop of the total right there. Jay Smooth, coming over to you. We're in the Elite Eight. Some historical trends. What do you got?
Yeah, we are here. And, sort of like what Mike's talking about with this one, I just really want to touch on how slow some of these Elite Eights might appear that they could be based on what we're seeing. But the fact of the matter is that the average score for an Elite Eight game has been over 141 points in the last three tournaments, or in the last four tournaments. And it dropped. It dropped in 2021. I'm getting really confused because there was no tournament in like 2020, and it's really hard to like figure out how many years of. All right, I'm not even going to worry about it. But it dropped a little bit in 2021 last season, but we know that was a little bit of a different atmosphere. I'm expecting those totals to get to that 140 mark again today. We have two very, very different totals on the board today. We have Villanova, which is low, and Arkansas Duke, which is very high. I like the Duke one to go over, and I like the Villanova one to go under. So we'll see.
Dude, all right, first off, the good information there, too. You make me laugh with that. Like, I'm the same way. Like, you have so many numbers, like, in your head. Dude, it's like, yeah, I know, man. You just go applesauce brain. Like, I totally get it. Calvin, coming over to you. All right, you're looking at South Dakota here. All right, we don't get a lot of South Dakota love on the show, but I want to incorporate and get them into rotation as much as possible. So talk to us. What do you got?
South Dakota's not getting a lot of love from anyone else either, honestly, but they're plus 1,000 on DraftKings, plus 1,200 on FanDuel to make the Final Four. That's an implied probability of about 7.7% if you can get FanDuel. Our simulations have it over 11%. I've seen even higher than that on other simulations like 538, for example. So to me, this is a great long shot bet. It started out, the line for today's game against Michigan started out at plus 5.5. It's already moved down to plus 4 for them. So obviously, bettors are jumping on them in the single game as well. That's the closest spread, even though the other three underdogs are 3, 4, 5 seed. They're a 10 seed. They're the most likely upset to happen today. It's a really good team. People just don't know about them because they play in the Summit League, but they're very underseeded. I think they're going to have 3 of the top 5 players on the court today, including, you look in the front court, Hannah Shervin, who's outplayed 2 lottery picks already in the first 2 rounds and is going to go up against another first-round big today. So it's definitely worth at least a sprinkle if you can get their Final Four odds in the thousands.
I'll tell you what. You know what? It is now on us. All right, every Saturday, whether South Dakota's playing or not throughout the year, we're getting them on the show. I love it. All right, Micah, coming over to you. You know what? I love Saturdays in your storylines because we always get NASCAR, which is fantastic, right? And 2, I get to learn about these tracks like you and Mike, like you guys know all about them. And I don't necessarily have, deep information in regards to them. So NASCAR Circuit of Americas.
Yeah, let's go to Texas, man. Let's do this. Texas Grand Prix. I'm so excited for it. Beautiful facility. International track. F1 used to race on there, but it's elevation changes, 3.4 miles, 20 turns, downshifting. A lot of guys don't like going left and right. And this is a big deal here. And the guy that's most dominant is Chase Elliott. He has won 7 of the last 15 road courses. Last year, there were 7. He won 2 of those. His teammate Kyle Larson won 3 of them. Hendrick Motorsports really puts in a lot of effort to do well on these road courses. But the thing now that's different is the car. It's the next-gen car. And I don't know if Hendrick's going to have that same edge that they've had in the past. Obviously, Chase Elliott's the best road course driver. That's right there. And you see him, he's 3-1 odds. But I'm looking for some of the young guns. That includes Chastain, Reddick, and who's the other guy? Chastain, Reddick, and who's the other? Briscoe. Those 3 guys. I'm looking at them, and they all have really high odds. And it's only based on the car, the new car. I think that the edge that Hendrick had in the past opens up for some of the other drivers to perhaps do well. But all 3 of those guys are really good on road courses. So it's something to look for today. I think they're practicing right now, actually.
I love the road courses. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I love it. And as someone who has watched NASCAR, but not necessarily been deep into it, the last, I'd say 2.5 years or so, it's been so much fun. And I love that, they kind of, that there's variables in terms of the tracks, right? And throwing in, like you said, turning lefts, turning rights, on some of these courses they throw in. It's fun, man. Like, I enjoy it. It's a blast. All right, so let's get into our plays for today. Our side play, we're going to go to the NHL. All right, Canucks at Stars. We got a 7 p.m. Eastern puck drop. We're going to go with the over 5.5 in that. All right, the Canucks, 57% to the over on the road this season. The Stars, have hit the over in 4 of its last 5 games, and they've played once already this season. Already hit the over. We're planning to do it again. Take the Canucks and the Stars over 5.5. All right, Mike, I'm coming right back to you. Going to the Elite Eight today, Arkansas and Duke. You've got a nice little look at it here. What do you got?
Yeah, let's get this game over, man. Both these teams playing fast, both these teams playing well. Duke, not so much defensively, but they've gone over 8 of their last 9 games. They've been trending this for almost 2 months now, just outrunning teams, and it's making them better. Defense struggling a little bit, but they're still getting out there scoring, beating teams. Here they are in the Elite Eight. They got Mike Krzyzewski. Could it be his last game? I think so, but I think the better bet is the over, and that's just Arkansas playing so well. 18 of their last 21 wins, and 7 of their last 9 have gone over. I just think they're both of them, their maximum play to win is to go fast and push it. And it didn't quite work out against Gonzaga. I had that one over as well, but that was just let's just put that one in the crazy box. This one's going over.
Put it in the crazy box. I like it. I had a couple. I had a play or two last night that I want to throw in the crazy box again. Purdue driving me crazy out there. But you know what? Hey, Miami came through, and Coach still haven't got that Venmo on that Miami, so just putting that one out there. All right, M Squared, I'm coming over to you. Formula One, my man. All right, now we talk NASCAR. We get a little Formula One here. Break it down.
Yeah, very interesting race here. Obviously, a lot of drama that we won't get into, but there's been a lot of drama this week in Saudi Arabia. I like Charles Leclerc here. I think this is a great spot for him to win qualifying. They're live right now in FP3. Qualifying will happen in about 2.5 hours. He's plus 150 to out-qualify the entire field, which is essentially the Red Bull cars and his teammate Carlos Sainz. What's interesting here, if you look at the 2 practice sessions so far, it's very clear that the Honda Red Bull powered cars, which is going to be Verstappen, Perez, Tsunoda, and Gasly, are all really searching. They all ran a ton of practice laps, 23 and 24 for Verstappen, 25, 24 for Perez, 26 in both sessions for Tsunoda, 28 and 29 in those sessions for Gasly. That is a ton. While the Ferrari cars, Leclerc and Sainz, 17, 15, 14, and 12, they were fastest pretty clearly. Over a tenth is a massive edge over Verstappen at this point. It tells me that Red Bull and Honda are still searching, running that many laps, while Ferrari is very comfortable with what they had, not putting a ton of wear and tear on anything. It's going to be interesting to watch FP3 here, but I do like Leclerc to win pole at plus 150 in qualifying today.
Nice. Plus 150, a nice number right there. Now, speaking of Ferrari, all right, Calvin, I'm coming over to you. The young GOAT. All right, we've talked about South Dakota, and great, they're going to get some love. But now I need the young GOAT. All right, Paige Beckers, UConn. We got them on the schedule today. What do you have?
Well, UConn cashed for us on this show last week in the first round. I talked about their ATS streak at the time. It was up to 11 straight covers. They ended at in the second round, failed to cover, but I like them to start a new one tonight. This game is in Bridgeport, Connecticut. It's just down the road. It's being priced like a neutral site game at best. I think at 8.5, it opened at 7.5. I don't think it's moved enough. Our model would have it over 11. If it were a home game, I still think it should at least be over 10 in this one. So if you can get this, 8.5 or even 9.5 anywhere in single digits, I think that's great value given where the game is being played.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right down the street, right? Like, it's basically a home game for him. Yeah, I'm with you there. All right, Jay Smooth, look, on Saturdays, you're in the Maestro spot, but on Saturdays, it's your spot, right? And you got 3 strong plays for us. Break it down, my man.
All right, let's get into it. I'm going to start off by just saying that I think every single college basketball game on the men's side, got to give my shout out to Calvin. I don't know if you guys saw that Creighton game yesterday. Absolutely nuts. But every single men's college basketball game today, the lines are just wrong. I have every single underdog winning their games by my projections. I have Villanova beating out Houston. I have Arkansas beating Duke. And I have Portland winning the TBC game on a little later against Southern Utah. But let's get into why I like all these picks. Let's start with my favorite team out there right now, my champion in my bracket, Villanova plus 2.5 right now. I think you might be able to wait and get 3. If you can get 3.5, that's even better. I saw points bets at 3, most books 2.5. I think it keeps climbing. People are really all about this Houston team, knocked off Arizona, but that's going to be an overreaction in the market. Don't forget Villanova, the best free throw shooting team in the nation. You saw it. They just do not know how to lose these late minute points that matter so much to our lines. I love the 2.5. I love the 3. I think they're winning and going on. I have that showdown against Coach. Got to get my money. Let's go Nova. And then let's go with, of course, this other game with Duke and Arkansas. I just think that everybody's so fueled up about this Duke UNC Final Four potential game that they're sort of being blinded by how good Arkansas is. I look past it myself. I'm not doing that this week. 4 is a little bit too big. Get it before it hits 3. It might come down because it is already on the move. And then lastly, we'll talk about Portland, Southern Utah, the game nobody is looking at, which is exactly why I like it. This might be my favorite play of the day because Portland can shoot that 3. They know how to play defense inside. They are the perfect matchup to end the Southern Utah weird half Cinderella run, because I thought the Southern Utah team was terrible. I've been picking against them, so maybe if you don't think I know what I'm talking about on Southern Utah, that's fine. But I love this Portland team plus 4. Too much for this competition. I like them. I like that one to go over too. So yeah, let's go with all the underdogs and lean overs.
There we go. Got the dogs barking. Look, and I'll say this, man, in regards to that Houston Villanova game, last night on the watch party show, you and Mike both broke it down. You look at Houston, covered 6 straight, won all 6 of them by double digits. However, you guys both said it's very dependent on how the referees allow the game to be played. That's going to have a massive effect on it. I can't wait to watch that game. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be great basketball all day today.
Let's go.
Yeah, seriously, let's go, man. All right, everybody, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Let's hope that the Photoshop works, and it does. Look at it right there. M squared. We're going Formula 1. Charles Leclerc to win qualifying. Jay Smooth is on Villanova plus 2.5. Arkansas plus 4. Portland plus 4. Micah Roberts is on Arkansas Duke over 147.5. Calvin, UConn women's team minus 8.5. Our site play in the NHL, we're going Canucks and Stars over 5.5. And the 2-piece today, plus 197. We're going to go Houston Villanova over 128. We're going to go Duke money line here. Now, again, we see a lot on here, in regards to Arkansas. Arkansas could cover. Duke could win the game, right? So we're going to go plus 197 on that. All right, everybody, thank you so much. We appreciate you for tuning in. We will be live tomorrow, Sunday morning, same time, 9 a.m. Eastern. Coach will be in the seat. You know what? We're going to cash some tickets today. So everybody, thank you so much. And you know what? Best of luck. Let's cash these, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Thank you so much.